Go Bills. Had to start out with saying go Bills because tomorrow's a big day. Today's Bills Day, and I don't own anything Bills, but go Bills anyways. So on the vaccine front, as everybody or most people know, we have our vaccine dates. I want to reiterate those today and talk about a little bit about how we'll be organizing all of our residents towards these dates. So again, for Gates Circle, your first dose is on 1/27, so the 27th of this month, and your second dose is on the 17th. Your first dose is on January 27th. Your second dose is on February 17th. In Williamsville, for our residents in Williamsville, your first dose is on February 2nd, and your second dose is on February 23rd. Everything I talked to you about today, we will be getting out in a written form as well, but I'll get it out there in town hall first. So there's a lot of logistics that has to go on to organize people for this, and you'll start to hear from us on that next week. So first and foremost, the Gates Circle folks will hear from us initially via a telephone call. One of our staff members at Gates Circle will be calling the residents at Gates Circle. Actually, we'll probably use several staff members to make these calls to first identify that you want the vaccine. I assume that the vast majority of our residents are in fact going to want it, so we will first ask that question, and then those who want it, we will be getting to you an updated vaccine administration form that you have to fill out. And during next week's town halls, I'll have that form. I'll be going over it many times in the next couple of weeks. You'll have it with you. We will work with you on filling out this form. It's very self-explanatory. It's basically name, rank, and serial number, and asking you some basic healthcare questions similar to the forms that you fill out every time you go to the doctor's office. So those type of things. That form has to be returned back to us so that we can input it into the Department of Health system. We will work with you on all of those things. So starting at Gates Circle early next week, the residents there will be getting personal phone calls from staff members. Number one, asking them if they want the vaccine. We will note that. We will follow up with the form that you need. And then the scheduling process will happen over the next couple of weeks as well. Chances are at Gates Circle, the schedule will go by floor. So it really depends upon how many pharmacists that Walgreens send to Gates Circle. But if they send 2 or 3, chances are we will organize by floor. So for instance, if the clinic, which it does, starts at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 27th, we'll give them a bit of time to set up. But for instance, maybe we would do the first floor at 9:30, which I know is not very many residents. And then we would proceed doing the second floor residents at 10, third 10:30, fourth 11, etc., etc. So it would move very quickly. You wouldn't get an individual appointment. It would just be by floor, come at this, between this time frame. That's what we did for our staff members, which we had 150, and it worked very, very well. When you get the shot, you come in, we confirm that we have your vaccination record, which we will have. You go right down, you sit with one of the pharmacists who Walgreens supplies, you get the shot, and then there'll be an area that all of our residents will have to go to for about 15 minutes for observation to see if you have any short-term reactions to the shot. We will have nurses or a nurse in that area just watching you. And we set up the same system with our staff members. It went very, very well. I don't think we had any of the 150 staff members during that day that had any adverse clinical reactions to the shot. So luckily, we've already done this with 150 plus people in one day. We've worked through some systems, and we're going to apply what we know that work pretty well to our residents as well. Williamsville residents, again, probably towards the end of next week, you'll start getting phone calls from us, just as I'm talking about. We'll have multiple staff members kind of dividing up the residents here, and again, asking if you want the shots, noting that, getting you the vaccination administration record form. We will continue to help you walk through that, and then we will work through in the next few weeks, couple of weeks, setting you up for your appointments. Probably in Williamsville, we will be doing it by neighborhood, by floor. So for instance, maybe the first couple of hours of the clinic, if they start at 9, would be just Bedford. And we do first floor Bedford, second floor Bedford, third floor Bedford. Done. And then we would go to Cambridge, and then we would go to Kent, etc., etc. Those are and then we would go to Lexington. And so those are the ideas that we're playing with, that we would segment the day out by neighborhood and by area within the neighborhood. So again, those are our preliminary plans, a lot more to come. But all of our residents, both at Gates Circle earlier in the week, we should start, and then later in the week, we'll start here in Williamsville with phone calls from our staff to help work you through the process. I can tell you that one of the things that we're already planning, now that we know that when the vaccines are starting, and then when your second dose is, so for instance at Gates Circle, your second dose is on February 17th. So you should be, by the 17th and soon after that, fully inoculated against the virus. You know, this is the Pfizer vaccine, by the way. I think I mentioned that. What they're saying is that about 2 weeks after the first after you get your first shot, is when you really start to develop a strong immunity at that 95% effectiveness level, which is what these vaccines are coming in at. So after 2 weeks from the first shot is when people are seeing strong immunity, and of course the second shot is a booster. So what does that mean? It means that after your second shot, you developed a high level of immunity, and then we get, at Canterbury Woods, the opportunity to start opening up your community again. And so we're already working on that, both here and at Gates Circle. So I can tell you, specific for the residents at Gates Circle, we are already planning on opening up the dining room for you effective February 19th. So on February 19th, which is that Friday, we'll throw a little party. Paul and I have already talked. It'll be subtle. It'll be spread out tables, kind of like you were used to the last time you were there. But the pod system will go away, probably 2 people at a table, and we'll build towards normalcy. How is that? And then Williamsville, probably the same type of thing. Soon after the second dose is delivered, we will plan on opening up at least the dining experience in a spread out form. No pods, but reservations, and then we will see how it goes and build towards normalcy. I can tell you that at least initially and for a while, dining will be just resident only, no guests. But the goal is to open very soon after the second dose is delivered, and to build towards normalcy. That goes with fitness classes, which Tracy's just hearing from me for the first time now, is to start to look at when we can go back to fitness classes and build towards normalcy. cultural arts classes. The other thing is visitation. How are we going to build towards normalcy with visitation and so on, and opening up the community to normal visitation? We're working on that. I don't have a plan to announce yet. We have gotten inquiries from family members who may be physicians or maybe other people that are also in the process of getting their shots. And when can they come in? And we'll have definitive answers on all those things in the next coming weeks as we kind of, meet and work through that process and so on. So hold tight on those type of things. Take solace in the fact that the shots are coming. We know the dates. We're going to get everybody organized. I have all the confidence in the world that it's going to go very smooth, and at the same time we are looking at building normalcy into your communities again. So with that, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great Saturday, and that the Bills win. I'm sure everybody will be glued to their televisions, which is great. And I will see you back here on Monday. Thank you.